No!
What?
Damn!
What's wrong?
I left something in the director's...
What was it?
The picture. Ugh.
You must have set it down.
I'm going back. You two go on ahead to the warehouse.
I want to come with you.
Me too.
Nah, that's fine. Why don't you head back to... The others are probably already... Right.
Bye, Mr.
Oh no, he's gonna die. Dude, I would never be by myself. Just following someone's nice. Especially 2 people, like no way someone's gonna kill 3 people at once. Okay. Okay. Oh, people were there. Nice. Oh wow, everyone's alive still? The moment Dio spotted me, he dashed over to the...
An ambidex gate 45.
There. This time I waited for you to get... See?
Yeah, where are they?
Guess they got something in the room we found, they ran
They'll
back.
be here in a few minutes. No big deal.
While we waited, we exchanged information about the rooms we investigated. Fortunately, none of it seemed very useful. Damn. Smudge, stop barking!
Don't you think they're taking a little long?
Oh no.
Yes.
One sec.
I'm getting worried. What if something happened to them?
I don't know.
Then I shall accompany...
Just don't look into the abyss too long.
No, why are you going by yourself? Oh, it doesn't dead end there. We're fine. They're gonna both be dead somehow. Dun 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 dun. No, they're not here. Yeah, they must have taken the door. Yeah. Ugh. I'd pack up the map and headed back to the door when there was a light on when there hadn't been a light on before. So I'll edge towards it. Their machine was in arm reach now.
So, you finally made it.
No,
I am Zero. I was the one who brought you here. You undoubtedly have as many as you can see. I will
What?
therefore be asked if you wish. Now, there are many things, but unfortunately,
What?
our time is limited. As such, the information information I can provide is also. I have chosen two things.
What is?
First, I will tell you about termite. In retrospect, I suppose that's a rather odd thing to say. I imagine you look rather perfectly understand. The person who kidnapped you and threatened you with death is lecturing you about insects. I suspect it nonetheless.
What the hell?
So I ask,
Listen, I am.
have you ever seen a termite? They are splendid structures. Some termites
Okay.
are natural architects.
Okay.
So are they following some sort of plan as they build? No.
Yeah.
Each termite is simply an oblivious cog in a tremendous machine programmed by millions of years of termite DNA. It is doubtful.
Who cares?
We can appreciate we can see the simple beauty. We can understand the splendid planning of their structure. In other words, only an intelligence of a higher order can understand the.
Okay.
Now, why do we? There are many things. We are oblivious cogs in a tremendous machine programmed by millions of years of human DNA. No doubt you see now what this analogy is supposed to illustrate. Yes, I mean to say humans are not different from.
What the hell?
We trudge through our lives with, you might say, we don't have only an intelligence of a higher. Imagine how we might look to such an intelligence. We may be building some structure so perfect, whatever it is. If we are like
Whatever.
you, or have you, well, now consider what I've said.
I'm hurting, but I don't care.
Now, it is somewhat more immediately meaningful to your life, and in fact, I realize it is the password to disarm the bomb, numbered. Are you ready? I will only say this: the password to disarm the number one bomb. BQZ, RGJ.
I had no idea. What bomb?
That is the last of the information. Before I go, however, you cannot. If you do, I hope we would have.
Wait. Erg, what kind of idiot does he take me for? Termites? Other dimensions? How could that have anything to do with kidnapping us?
10 minutes. All if no.
Run back. Okay.
Grandpa, look, Mr.
Took you long enough.
Pet, where
In
are
the AB rooms.
they? Went in already?
Yeah. Grandpa said there was something he had to tell you before.
Nothing that significant. Just wanted to tell you we're going to choose ally this. That's it.
It's kind of pointless. I mean, words are cheap.
True, but we've got something to back it up. Just hear me out.
Okay.
Quark and I both have 8 BP. We're already on the home stretch. So what do we need to get to the magic number? Well, we need you to choose ally. If you do that, it doesn't really matter to us.
Yeah.
Exactly. That being the case, and if we both choose ally,
True, but you must be considered that. That would mean you choose for trade.
That's why we're telling you.
of course.
Oh, tell me one thing. Let's say we do this, everyone gets 2 points. That means, yeah. How do I know you aren't going to just open the number 9 door and be us?
I can guarantee it. I can give you my word. I will not open the number 9 door. I swear it. We aren't going to abandon everybody else just so.
I swear too. I promise.
When I make a promise, trust me.
Please, you've got to.
I trust them. There's no way.
2 minutes.
We're counting on you, Sig.
You gotta choose. You promised.
With that, they turned and ran in.
One minute.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, I can trust them.
Please! You've got to choose ally. You promised.
I did.
Ten
Really?
seconds remain.
Dude, Tummy OG's cooler than Cork.
8, 7, 6,
I'm
5,
choosing Ally.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Bam. The deed is done. Ally has
Round
won.
3. Results. Thank you. Ambidextrous. Results, please direct.
Dude, why are they betraying? Why? Hold up. Why did they betray?
Points have been assigned or subtracted. Please check.
Wait, what the hell, guys?
Cork had nothing to do with. I made the vote.
Grandpa.
I only promised you we wouldn't open the number 9. Not
Sure.
what I said. Of course we're going to leave. Look, see Clover over there?
Why?
Oh no.
Jeez.
That bitch!
Wait.
No!
I mean, let the guys leave.
Chloe, are you really going? Well, why else would I?
But why?
I'm going to go call these so we can capture.
Ten Mioji.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody.
So Sigma, happy? I kept my promise. Clover opened the door, not me. You say so. I have to get out of here. He's gotta pay for what he's. He? Zero.
You mean you know who Zero?
Yeah. No point keeping. I know exactly.
What?
I do too.
The number it will.
Let's go. Come on, guys. Time to move.
Right.
Oh, this is for you.
Uh-huh.
It's a I wrote it in the director's office. I wanted to tell you what kind of guy Grandpa. So read it, okay?
That's nice.
See you later, Mr. Sigma.
Mm-hmm.
See you.
Goodbye.
Damn. At least 3 people escaped, not 1 for once. You know what I mean? It's like just been 1 person that leaves every time. Now it's 3. Or 0. Like Clover and K's ending,
The
everyone died.
number 9. This ends. Thank you for your participation. As the game escape, please.
Shit! They're gone.
All we can do now is hope they bring.
Indeed.
I agree.
Bum, 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 bum. Let's read this though. His handwriting was slightly uneven, but he tried. It was a really stormy day when he found me. He said the rain was coming down so hard it almost hurt, but somehow he managed to hear a baby crying. I guess I must have been crying pretty loud. He took me home and did his best to raise me, but he'd never been married or had a kid before, so I thought it was really hard for him. He couldn't figure out how to mix the formula, so he was always carrying the directions around with him. Also, I guess I was a pretty picky eater, so if he didn't get the water to formula ratio just right, I wouldn't eat it. I guess that was kind of a pain. But he didn't give up, and now here I am. When he found me, I was really, really small, and he was worried that I might not make it. That's why he named me Cork. A cork is a really, really small thing, and I was really, really small too. Grandpa didn't need to worry though, because it turned out that I was pretty tough. When I was 1, he forgot I was sleeping in the bed of his truck and drove off. And I rolled out and went off the back, but I didn't even get scratched. I started walking when I was 2, When he wasn't looking, I fell down the stairs. I didn't get hurt either. When I was 3, I got really sick. I had a super high fever for a week, but eventually got better. I guess you could say I'm pretty lucky. Anyway, I didn't have any more accidents after that, and I was a pretty healthy kid. By the time I was 6, I started helping Grandpa out with his work. His job was to gather junk from abandoned buildings, then he'd fix it up or pull out the useful parts and sell them. There were plenty of abandoned buildings, but finding good stuff in them was hard. You had to know which parts were useful, or you could end up wasting a bunch of time. Every time I'd find something, he explained to me what it was, how it was supposed to work, how to fix it, all sorts of things. Usually though, I wanted to finish up work so I could go to theater. Theater came to our town once a week in a wagon. They showed old news or movies. I went every single week, but Grandpa only went once in a while, and he'd only go weeks where they had good movies, I think. Oh yeah, I didn't know I'd been adopted until I was 7. One of the other kids on the block told me. I guess Grandpa found me. He looked all over town to find somebody who'd take me. The kid from my block actually had a mom, and he'd ask her if she would take me too. I got him in. I was pretty shocked when I heard that. There weren't a lot of kids with parents around, so hearing that someone lived with his actual mom was pretty impressive. I was also kind of surprised that Grandpa had tried to get someone else to take me. Did that mean he didn't want me? The kid who told me about Grandpa trying to get rid of me was a real jerk. He was totally spoiled and brag every day about how he had a mom. He liked to come up to me while I was working and say stuff like, "Must be hard not having a mother." Wow, what a dick. Okay. Then one day he took me to a bar in our neighborhood during the day, of course. He went there sometimes to drink scotch, but I'd never gone before. When we got in, he just walked up to the counter with that grumpy look and said, and he hasn't. I thought, oh no, he's gonna make me work here, but I was wrong. I saw him pass something to the bartender, and then he picked me up and set me down on the stool next to the counter. The stool was pretty high, especially for a 7-year-old kid. My legs dangled off it. It seemed really, really high to me, and I was pretty nervous. Eventually the bartender came back with a glass of scotch and another big glass full of something else. As I looked closer, I realized that the second glass was full of some brown liquid with a scoop of ice cream in it. It was a root beer float. I'd never seen one before. I was surprised. Root beer was even more expensive than the nicest alcohol in the bar. To me and the other kids, it seems more like an urban legend than a real drink, but there it was, right in front of me. I stared at the float and then turned to look at Grandpa. He looked back at me. I didn't know what to do, so I turned to the bartender. He already turned around and moved on, though, so I figured he must have put the glass down in front of me on purpose. It still didn't seem like it could be real, and I just stared at when Grandpa told me to hurry up and drink it before the ice cream melted. His gruff voice sounded like an angel's. "Is this really mine?" He nodded. Words cannot describe how awesome it was. I'd never tasted anything like root beer before. The creamy sweetness of the ice cream made my entire head feel light. I felt the luckiest boy in the whole world. That's not an exaggeration. I really thought that. The root beer float was delicious, but what made me even happier was Grandpa. When I looked over at him, he was smiling. I know that's got to be hard for you to imagine, but he really was. Right then, I didn't care whether or not he just found me and adopted me or not. He brought me a root beer float. That made me luckier than a kid who had a mother but never had a root beer float. That's fucked. So Grandpa and I were doing pretty good until the fight. I was in a super mad mood that day. I'd torn one of my shoes that morning, and some old drunk guy had yelled at me. All the junk I found was totally useless. The day was almost over, and I was fed up, so I grabbed some random trash and took it back to the house. When I showed what I found to Grandpa, he frowned. He started going through each thing I brought, explaining why they're all useless. I got really mad and yelled, "I don't care." Then he got mad, and I couldn't take it anymore, so I ran away. I was pretty upset. I started to think that maybe Grandpa had only adopted me so he could raise me to work and make money for him. After a while, I went and hid in an abandoned building, but by then I started to calm down and think maybe I should go back to apologize. It had started raining pretty hard though, so I decided I should wait for it to stop. But that was just an excuse. The truth was that I was nervous. Part of me knew I'd done something wrong, but I didn't want to admit it. The rain didn't stop though, so I just sat there staring out at the gloomy gray sky. I imagined Grandpa coming to get me. Did he get you? It kept raining all night and he never showed up. I gave up waiting and decided it was time to go home. I was about halfway there when I heard somebody groaning. At first I thought I should just ignore it and not get involved, but I went over anyway, and it was Grandpa. He was totally soaked, and I could tell right away that he'd been there for a really long time. I yelled and he opened his eyes a little bit. He smiled weakly and said he was glad I was safe. He spent all night in the rain looking for me. I felt awful. Grandpa had been out in the rain looking for me for so long that he collapsed. I was horrible. He had heard me crying in the rain, but I hadn't heard him. As I ran to get the doctor, I promised whatever God might be listening that if they would only save Grandpa, I'd never ask for another root beer float ever again. He got a real bad fever and his temperature wouldn't go down for days. The doctor said that if it kept up, he'd die. If he died, then I'd be all alone. There wouldn't be anyone left to care for me. The thought of that happening terrified me. Fortunately, I must have passed some of my luck on to Grandpa because a week later his fever finally broke. I was glad he wasn't going to die, but I was also a little scared. What if he had decided he didn't want a stupid kid like me around anymore? My plan was to apologize as soon as he woke up, but when that moment came, my brain just stopped. Oops. He explained that he was an old man, and that meant he was probably going to die sooner rather than later. He was strict with me because he wanted to make sure I'd be able to make it out my own after he was gone, but maybe he'd been a little too strict. All of the things I'd worry about had been stupid and selfish. Grandpa cared about me a whole lot. He'd been worried when I ran off, and he'd gone out in the rain to look for me. I tried to apologize, but when I opened my mouth, I just started crying. I don't think I've cried that much since I was a baby. But he just smiled and patted my head. I asked him if he'd ever regretted adopting me. His eyes got all wide and said, of course not. He told me that he was looking for a really important lady, and because of that, he'd had to give up on pretty much everything else in his life. But when he took me in and started raising me, he felt like he got something some of what he lost back. That's when I decided I'd stay with him forever, even if he said I couldn't. Damn. Is that Quark's ending? Or Grandpa, not Grandpa, Temioji's ending. Temioji. And let's just, do I go from the top? Let's see how. Let's quickly save a tray.
One minute.
Yeah, I'm just gonna save a tray now.
Please, you've gotta trust us. You've gotta choose Al. You prom.
Yeah, we're gonna
10
betray now,
seconds.
boys.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Betrayed.
Round the result. Thank you. Ambidextrous. Result, please direct.
Dun 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 dun. Betray, betray. Betray ally. Ally. Betray, betray. Oh wow.
Points have. Please check your bracelet.
Was I basically just deciding if Clover?
Quark had nothing to do with it. I entered the vote. Couldn't I ask you? I don't really think this is the time for... Look, Clover's over.
Yep. Oh no. Oh, she pulled in. She left.
Oh, fuck, she opened it.
Ugh! Why? Clover, wait!
Clover, what the hell do you think you're
I'm
doing?
going to call the others. I'll get justice for.
What do you mean? Like, that's the thing.
The number
Once we
9
hit this situation,
will remain.
it should just be let's wait for
Time for me to go. No! Please, Clover, wait!
Like hell, I'm just gonna...
Deal up to Clover, his fist raised, yep, and we've had this ending.
Goodbye.
I had to do that. You know, get that little quick one out of the way. I want to see the whole door close. Nice.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends. Thank you. As the escape,
Yep,
please.
it's not possible. Enjoy your stay. And it ends. Game over. Yeah. Okay, let me just override it. You have 3 endings. That's crazy. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and have a great day. Peace!